And we're live. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. Oh, wait for a few more people to join, and then we will get going. How is everyone doing today? Dun, 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 dun. So I've got the GoldenEye 007 theme song in my brain playing right now. Just dun 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 dun. Tell me. Oh man. Okay. Let's take a look at how things are going. So, I mean, everything took a dip. What's one of the, but I mean, we say took a dip, but that's a very short-term view if we had to look at it. Right now, everything, it's just looking like. So we know, yep, so you got your resistance level at 2800. A nice support level down here. And we're looking at Ethereum on the daily. And if we were to take a local, I mean, it'll probably drop all the way down, maybe to 2300. Or maybe it'll just stay in this zone and just bounce back and forth until it decides to make a leg up. I have no stinking idea. But what I will say is something that I saw, we talked about the other day, and this came from Glassnode. And I was just taking a look at this earlier, and I'll bring it up because it just gives more data, more information for us to pay attention. But Glassnode on ETH whales, this scale of buying hasn't happened since 2017. I mean, it's fallen even further in the past 24 hours. But let's see, I wonder if I can find, okay, that's Bitcoin. Can I find ETH? Yes. So number of active addresses, and I think this is against the price. So I do need to make this screen bigger. All right. So I think this is really, really, really interesting and kind of revealing on what's going on with ETH right now. So in 2018, when ETH, that's when ETH top. Okay, ETH price topped in 2018 at that 1300. Number of active addresses, about just over 500,000. The active address here in the bottom in blue, and black is the price. So there was definitely this run up. Only half. I'd say that's wild because I'm also thinking in terms of today. Now, if we jump forward to an ETH hit 4,600, that's an interesting stat. There is 100,000. Let's see, how many active addresses? 590. Where's the top? We'll say the top of 2018 had 558,000 ETH active addresses. This is coming from Glassnode. When it peaked the other high in November of 2021, it had 70,000 fewer active addresses. I wonder if, does anyone know? I wonder if how much of the active addresses would have been like Coinbase? Because isn't it with Coinbase, like, yes, you can have your own wallet, but when was Coinbase wallet introduced? In 2017. It was launched in the mobile app and later included the browser extension. Okay, not what I thought. Because what I was thinking about is if, yeah, you're doing all this trading on ETH, but is that representative of just the ETH address? So where we're at now is we have a price 2,500. Well, and the active addresses are even lower. This is looking at May 15th, yeah, a month ago. Price is $2,000 less with even less active addresses. Interesting. That's just active. Let's look at sending addresses. If there's any, I'm just trying to find if there's any correlation, just looking for data points about ETH while people are joining and while we're just taking a look at everything. Sending, I mean, yeah, okay, hi. But in terms of active addresses, from what looks like kind of in this beginning, first, second quarter of 2021, aside from, okay, December 9th, 1.1 million, that's active sending. Let me look at that. Let me go back to just active. It looks like it's just been fluctuating between, what was the low point? Maybe 270 to 500,000, 600,000, and it's just been floating in this range. Interesting. Active address momentum. Ooh. Like we know, the data's out there. We're just trying to make sense of what's going on with the data that's in front of us. This is all free. I'm not paying for it. Glassnode is like $45 a month. And I think that's tier 2 insights. I'm already paying for enough subscriptions. Don't add another one. So this ramp up, man, could you imagine ETH price at $7.50? Ooh. And then it just ramped up hardcore. And so the very top, that local top, yeah, 530. And then it just kind of dropped down. Active addresses. Is there a description on what what an active address is? Yes. The number of unique addresses that were active in the networks, either as a sender or receiver. Only addresses that were active in successful transactions are counted. Okay, only addresses that were active in the you have a successful transaction, and if 2 addresses were a part of that the unique addresses are considered. That's wild to me. Can we do Solana? That's got to be more. There's got to be. It's not available. Oh. Okay. I can only stick with these two. Can I go to Tether, USDC, Circle, XRP? Oh, I'll have to pay for those. I don't want to pay for those. Hard pass. So we definitely know when you talk about address growth, when you go from here, this low point, then when it did a Leroy Jenkins and went from 13,000 all the way up to active addresses 422. Hell of a growth. That's interesting to me. So that must have been when retail started joining. Silent, quiet, sideways. Retail going parabolic again. Retail joining. So, oh, son of a gun. So it's just, yeah. So these active addresses, I mean, until active address starts going parabolic, not financial advice. I'm just looking at my own interpretation of the data. That's just what it's looking like. So right now we're just kind of sideways, which is what we've known. Address, new addresses. Doesn't mean active. Okay. And this is just more confirmation of the data. New addresses are added, price starts rising, address is added, price rising, but maybe at a more exponential way as opposed to, yeah, because this went from active address of 247 and then it just started increasing. It went from double digit ads, no, triple digit, yeah, double digit to triple, and then quadruple digit, and then what's 5? I don't know what 5 is. And that just kept going. And then 6-digit ads. That's my guess, people trying to ape in so they can try and catch before it did this head and shoulders and goodbye. And then and then it remained 5-digit. Okay, so where are we at with, so one of the things I'm seeing, ETH new addresses for last cycle, 5 digits ad. Once it started doing 6-digit ad, it started really going a little more parabolic. Here, 5, 5, 5, 5, and then higher fives. And once it started adding 6-digit new addresses on the daily, it really went for a run. So right now we're adding 6-digit. So my guess, what I wonder is once we start adding, there's got to be, retail is not here. Retail is not here. We need new people added. There's got to be new. That's just what it seems like. Retail is just not here yet. Interesting. Let's see. What about ETH? So all these buying, yeah, that's great for ETH, but Leroy Jenkins. Facet. New address momentum. I mean, we're looking at Bitcoin now. Anyway. All right, I got 14 more minutes and then I have got a work meeting. But I want to honor. So interesting data points for us. You know, Ethereum, yes, this is being gobbled up by ETH whales and just anyone in general if you're buying. But what the data is showing us right now is one of the metrics, I'm guessing, to ETH improving is getting, because you don't know how much of that, many of us, we may have one address, we may have a dozen, we may have 100. Who knows how many? If you participated, what was it, Zen? If you wanted to do a mint, you couldn't use the same address. You had to do a new address every time. So if you minted a Zen FT or Zen something, however many addresses people created for that. Fascinating. Okay. TitanX. How are we looking? We're down. ETH is down. We're down. Are we surprised at all? Nothing new under the sun. What I wanted to point out today and there's two coins. One that's done an extraordinary job in the pulse chain ecosystem, like PDGC with its liquidity web, and then here within the TitanX ecosystem, I think it's Helios. Is it Helios or one of the protocols that came out of the dude? Because I was thinking about after yesterday, like, oh, for those who are new, what's an easy button? Like, you got 40 different projects that have launched, some on Ethereum, some on Base, and then also you got a whole bunch of NFTs, you got upcoming projects, and you're like, I just want, okay, I have ETH, or you have TitanX, and you're like, okay, give me an easy button. What's my easy button? And I was thinking, but if someone could type, let me know. What's a good that has a liquidity web that's everywhere? And I think it's Helios. H420. Nope, that's an NFT. Diagram of Helios ecosystem. No, not what I thought. Lotus. I thought it was Helios. Let's see. There was one that I thought that it had element 280. Maybe it's that. There's one I was thinking about, like, to just as what could be an easy button. Ah, yes, element 280. Okay. TitanX easy button. I'm not a guru, not at all someone who's going to say, oh, you should look at this, look at that. But if I were to, what's an easy way to kind of get your hand at everything within the ecosystem? I think it would be element 280, because it is paired with TitanX, X28, DragonX, Hyper, Inferno, Helios, Ouroboros, Oryx, Baby Dragon X, Morpheus, Stax, Alien X, Matrix, and Awesome X. It is paired with so many within the ecosystem. And it's a way to familiarize yourself with the ecosystem without going, oh, I got to go into here and here and here and here. Let me try to understand every single, like, all the major projects, and then try to jump in. This was one avenue I thought this would be good to talk about. Is anyone? I'm not in element 280. Is anyone? I'd be curious to find out if anyone else is. Like I said, it's a good, if you don't know where to go, when you go into an ecosystem, this goes back to over a week ago when I was talking about potentially that people are buying into ecosystems. You want an easy button. You don't want to have to think about what's going to happen or what to do. And when there's a lot going on, it's like you think of Pulse Chain as an example. There's a lot going on there. You got the core tickers and you got all the offshoots. So you want an easy button. TitanX ecosystem. There's a lot of tickers. You want an easy button. That the projects seem, how it's marketed and how the white paper has been written, it seems like that. Up to you if you want to participate or not. Completely up to you. I'm not here to tell you. I'm just pieces of information as I think about it, and I want to share it with y'all. handful of people have been talking about, like, oh, Helios. And I think just what the dude has built. What I do want to share, what I'm hoping to get with people is I messaged, not messaged, I spoke to Jukes the Great and where and Keto Natural, and I want to have these guys. They've built the TitanX utils, and next time they're going to be doing some kind of release, an update to the website, and I'd like to have either both or one of the guys on, so that way they can walk through how to use it, what it's about. I don't know if they've done it before, if they've streamed with others, and hey, let's break down utils, or if they've done it personally. I have not looked. I will do my research beforehand, but just at least to give the viewers, everyone, understanding on how to use. And then if you're a newbie to TitanX and the whole ecosystem, you just want it. Here's a streamlined shot on what to look at. So, what else? What are you guys noticing? Any thoughts, comments, questions? What are you all seeing out there? Do you have a hunch? Is there something you're going, I wonder if this is going on, or what's going on here, or anything like that? It's going to be a short stream. I've got to get back to work here in a few minutes. Otherwise, I'm just going to play around and look up. Can I look? Oh, I have to upgrade to advanced. I am not going to be paying that money. Oh, let's take a look at the bubbles. Mixed. Not surprised. Is there anything? You know what? Has there been any? Is Jake still in the coding dungeon? Yep, looks like he's still in the coding dungeon. Whatever he's building, whatever he's doing, good for him. I have to take a look at this. Anyway, I got nothing for y'all. It's everything same old, same old. And I just wanted to touch on the TitanX easy button for those brand new. If you want to figure out, okay, how can I get my hand to one thing without trying to chase after everything? Don't chase after everything. Pay attention to, think about what the ecosystem offers, what the platform offers, because it's different to everyone. All right. What is current mining ROI on Hydra? 39.25%. About Hyper. Oh, can't. All right. Mining. Our 65% ROI on the Helios miners. I don't know Bonfire. I guess it's also a mining. Oh, you use X28. Okay. Is there... Do we know what the ROI is? I don't know. So many of these protocols are just... What's been done has been beaten to death. Okay. I got nothing else, guys and girls. Always listening. I think I'm going to call it today. It's a sideway. It's everything sideways, so it's gonna be quiet. And I think this glass node active addresses. I think that was the most interesting tidbit today that I crossed. That I just wanted to share with y'all is this active addresses. It's in order if we're hoping one of the many features that we're hoping for, like with ETH, 10K, 30K, 80K, wherever it's going to go, we need to start seeing a real shift in the number of active addresses as well as new addresses. Because once there's this definite momentum shift, I have to think about which way I point up, almost like a 45-degree turn, then that's when we'll really see a shift in Ethereum price. But right now, everyone's just kind of collecting and holding. And I mean, I'd be doing the same. Anyway, all right, everyone. Appreciate the time. We will see y'all later.